You are watching to your favorite channel, Ask Me Anything. The eighth question of Ask Me Anything is, what rights and safeguards do one has if arrested and detained arbitrarily? This question can be answered under the provision of Article 22 of Indian Constitution, which mention about protection against arrest and detention. To answer this question, let us understand what arbitrary arrest and detention by government means. If a person is arrested and detained without a proper legal reasons, without due process of law, without legal protection of fair trial, then such arrest and detention could be termed as arbitrary arrest and detention. Here, due process of law means a legal process done according to the established rules and principles, where these rules and principles do not injure the legal rights of a person. And fair trial means unbiased treatment, where a person has a right to know the ground of charge and judicial proceeding before the impartial judge. Article 22 of Indian Constitution provides rights and safeguards of arrest and detention in certain cases to both citizens and non-citizens of India. But it is not available to a person who for the time being is an enemy alien, or to a person who is arrested or detained under any law for preventive detention. Now let us come to the main points. Article 22 Clause 1 and Article 22 Clause 2 provide the rights and safeguards to arrest person under ordinary laws, while Clause 4 to 7 of Article 22 contains the procedural requirements which are to be complied with when a person is detained under law providing for preventive detention. Here, preventive detention means detention of person on the suspicion ground that he may do some wrong action that will affect security of state, maintenance of public order, maintenance of supplies and essential service, and defense and foreign affairs. And ordinary law means law which are made and enforced by the government that determines the relation of the citizens to the state and to one another. These laws are different from constitutional law, which are passed as a bill in parliament. Up to the assent of president, it becomes act and then finally law. Examples are like criminal law, civil law, and so on. Article 22 Clause 1 says a person has a right to know the ground or reason of his arrest and has a right to consult a legal practitioner or advocate of his choice, and also has a right to be defended for his arrest by a legal practitioner of his choice. Section 50 subsection 1 of Criminal Procedure Code also provides a right to a person who is arrested without a warrant to know the ground of arrest. And Section 303 of Criminal Procedure Code provides a right to consult a legal practitioner of his choice to defend himself. Article 22 Clause 2 of Indian Constitution says that an arrested person has a right to be produced before the nearest magistrate within 24 hours and cannot be detained him in custody more than 24 hours without the authority of magistrate. The same provisions are also provided in Section 56, 57 and 76 of CRPC. This Article 22 Clause 2 is available only against all illegal detention by police and not available against custody in jail of a person in accordance with judicial order, as Article 22 Clause 2 doesn't operate against the judicial order. Article 22 Clause 4 of Indian Constitution says a person cannot be detained more than 3 months for preventive detention unless such detention is approved by advisory board consisting of person qualified to be appointed as a judge of High Court. Article 22 Clause 5 says that a person must be informed or communicated as soon as may be by detaining authority the ground of such detention, and he shall be afforded the earliest opportunity of making a representation against the order of detention, that is to make someone to legally challenge against the order of his detention. And Article 22 Clause 7b of Indian Constitution says that no person can be detained beyond the maximum period prescribed under the law made by Parliament. I hope you have understood that Article number 22 is a guard shield for you against the arbitrary arrest and detention. Thank you for watching Ask Me Anything. Please do like, subscribe and share to support my channel. Press the bell icon to get interesting question and latest updates. And also leave the question in a comment below that you wanted to know.